Alright, this pattern that's going on with hotels, churches, judgment starting at the house of God, even though it already started 30 years ago, but it's in the world, this is really what's being portrayed here. So when is Trump going to get involved with all this? When is he really going to get involved? Well, I think he's going to get involved when St. Peter's crumbles to the ground because of ISIS, and then also, you know, here's another direction that you can just tell it's going to go. Number one, the first church to be attacked, you know, I mean like severely. There was a lot of churches before that were on the news, you know, a couple shootings here and there, whatever. But the Christ Church, because it's the Christ Church, and that was first, and it was 50 people, and it was the most ever and the biggest ever, and it was, oh yeah, and it was Facebook Live. So they had this scene played out on Facebook Live, guys shooting people, and then over in Sri Lanka, because of that, 200 and something plus, almost 300 people either dying or, yeah, I think died. Then they restricted all social media in that whole island. It's as far as I know, still it ain't up and it ain't coming back. It's just giving us a taste of what it's going to be like here. Just like the fire in Notre Dame, just giving us a taste of what people are going to see in other countries when it shows that America's burned up and we're not. I still wonder though, what are they going to do when everything changes, or the shift changes, and then how are you going to explain that we didn't get blown up and we're still here? I mean, I'm going to explain it, because when it's all over and done with, people are going to look for answers as to what happened when you're still alive, and they're saying that you're dead when you're not. So I don't know, I guess we'll find that out when it happens. But I've said that Florida is a target. Florida, California, you know, the bottom left and right corner of America, the top and left and right corner. I think it's like Seattle, Washington, up in that area to the top left, and then Maine and, you know, like New York up there. So they're main targets. And then I read between the lines, and the newscasters, they talk about how Florida is a target. And now remember, Florida was it 2 years ago or was it last year? Florida was completely evacuated. The entire state was evacuated. Or at least they told people to get out. So, and then all on the coastlines, all of the tornadoes. Have you noticed that everything's been happening on the coastlines? Like Christ Church is over there on the coastline. Those other churches that were bombed in Sri Lanka on the coastline. And all the tornadoes and hurricanes or whatever, they all happen on our coastlines. So, you know, production was set up on our coastlines. The scenes were already recorded, and all they do is, you have newscasters like True News telling you that they produce their news 6 months in advance, and this is the way the elite get their message across. This is how, look, this is how I'm coming up with these things, because I'm listening to the way that they talk subliminally, how they throw their messages in there, and then you take those pieces that they're talking about, and then you take the other stuff that they're saying that's not true, and then you read the Bible, and then you think to God, and then you smoke a little marijuana. I mean, I don't know. You put all that together, and you just start coming up with answers. So, it's looking like Trump, one of his buildings, is going to get blown up. What do you think? Burned up, blown up, something like that? That's how Trump's going to get involved, because I thought of it last night, because Florida, there's a St. Peter's in Florida, and I've learned that from JMTV just yesterday. Even though, no, I mean, I knew there was a St. Petersburg, but I never thought of it for any reason whatsoever. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's crazy. What if, that'd be funny if, like, in 8 days Trump, like if Trump had a you know, like a tower in St. Petersburg, and it got blown up or burned down or something in like 8 days, you know, like May 1st, the 30th into the 1st, and then I'm like, well, no, I don't know if he has anything there or not. And then I Googled it, and don't you know, Trump has he actually has a tower in St. Petersburg, Florida, but it's called Tampa. It's called the Trump Tower Tampa, and it's right there in St. Petersburg. I think Tampa and St. Petersburg are really close together. I didn't look at the map, but he has something there, but it's not being used right now because something happened where, I don't know, whatever story it was, he didn't have the money to do it, or the economy was collapsing back in 2006, so he stopped. But he bought it in 2011. He bought it June 20th of 2011, which means June 20th, 2019 is coming up, and that would be 8 years. It's 52 floors exactly, so the 52 weeks, a full year's worth of floors. And I'm not sure what it's doing right at this moment besides sitting. And it's in St. Peter's. And I'm telling you, St. Peter, the church where Pope is the trump card. And also the other trump card is one of Trump's towers getting blown up by ISIS, because, I mean, they're probably not going to say it's ISIS. From here on out, I don't even think ISIS is going to claim responsibility. They just want to keep it there. They want to keep it lingering, simmering, and not just say, all right, we're taking responsibility, because it's just it's the theme, it's the way it's going. Nobody's really saying that they're the ones responsible, but they're implying. It's like everybody is doing the SJD right now. They are implying like he's implying he's Jesus Christ. They are implying that ISIS is the one responsible, the small groups of Al-Qaeda and Taliban and the Muslims, radical, and then, but they're not claiming responsibility, and I don't think they are. Even though you know who, well, you know who did it, right? Hollywood. But the group of Hollywood, which is called ISIS, that particular acting group, isn't taking responsibility anymore. So I don't think they're going to from here on out. If they do, they do, whatever, but I think that's where the theme is going. And because Trump has shut down all I don't know, all trade with Iran. And then now Iran's shutting down their oil, so which means 1/3 of the entire population of the world is going to be without oil. So that's gonna slow down. That's gonna stop traffic. You know, traffic, and because traffic's pretty big. It's pretty busy on that main road. What is it? Huron Drive. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic going on in the front of that. There's a lot of traffic. So, you know, the one thing about SJD is this. If you go to his house, here's why he has people coming to the house. Because when you know what the script is and you're the one writing it, and you know that America is getting ready to collapse, come on here. I'll tell you all about what's going on, because I am Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. So I see that too. And look, Steve, I'm not mad at you. I understand the whole ordeal. But it's just coincidental that all these people are going to start coming to your house now, right? Out of nowhere. Just like that. How long you been at the house? For how many years? And then all of a sudden everybody's going to start showing up perfect timing, like at the threshing summer floor. You know what I mean? So all the travel's getting shut down, all the oil, the gas. Trump he already called Iran the revolutionary terrorists. He has already punched them in the face, so they're going to punch him in the face in the end, and they're going to collapse one of his buildings.